Hello, my friends. I welcome you to another episode of Aditya Talks. And today we have Mr. John Pradeep, and he is a very interesting person. And he is India's first ever theatre-based life coach. This is a new concept, so we are going to learn a lot more about him on this. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you so much for inviting me for this interview, Aditya. I'm looking forward to this interview.
Yes, sir. The honor is mine. It is a great opportunity for me. I'm going to learn a lot, and I hope that's the same for you, my viewers. Sir, please tell us about what a theatre-based life coach is, basically.
Okay, so now for me to tell you theatre-based life coach, I need to tell you what a life coach is first, no? So life coach is somebody who is helping you to become better at life from wherever you are. Okay, this is different from the counseling, all of those things, because that is medical. If you're going through something, I have a problem, I have to get it rectified, is what is counseling. But life coach is where I say, hey, you are here right now. Do you want to become better? Do you want to soar up higher and do great things? That is what I will be coaching you on. That is life coach. This is like sports coach, dance coach, and all of that. This is life coach with respect to your life. Okay. Now, when I go and tell a child saying, hey, I'm going to get you to become better, I think 1 in 100 will go yeah, I want to go. But other 99 is what am I getting better at? All my teachers are doing the same thing. Now, if I say, hey, I'm a theater artist, I'm going to use theater methods to make your life better. They're like, oh my God, really? Theater? And we're going to do a lot of activities and we're going to get better at life also? Yeah, then, so that is what it is. So now I was a theater trainer before. That being a theater trainer led me to do a lot of things with children, because all of these parents come and ask, sir, how is my child doing, and all of those things. I did not have just theater answers, like his expression is good, his voice is good and all that, but I had a different perspective of, hey, as a person, your child can do these things. So I thought, okay, this is so interesting. I think it's I can use this theater as a tool to coach children on life, and that is how this theater-based life coach came into place.
Yes, well, that is certainly interesting aspect of leaders, of improving others, and you are the first one in India, so I think you are the person who discovered this, and it is a very interesting way of helping and making other people better. So, sir, how did you train yourself for this profession? Did you do any courses of some sort?
Okay, I need to tell you this. Okay, so this is very okay. So now I did a lot of courses, okay, but none of those courses helped me. All the courses that I completed till my post graduation did not help me to become a theatre-based life coach. I also discontinued a lot of colleges also. I will tell more about it later on sometime. But I did a lot. I did biotechnology, I did MBA, all of those things, and finally I decided saying I'm going to do theater, because right from my small age I've been enjoying the presence on stage, and I also love teaching. Okay, so now for theater I did not study anything. I decided one fine day saying, hey, I'm going to do theater and I'm going to do it with children, and then I started off, and then I became a theater trainer. But life coach is not like that. I have to learn, right? So now I went to a lot of trainers out there, a lot of coaches that are there out there. I learned it from those coaches. So if I have to say, there's one person called Arfin Khan. His program is called Coach to a Fortune, and he has a lot thousands of people across the world that are learning from him, and I learned it from him. Okay, and after that I found saying, oh, this is interesting. Now I need to know a little bit more. Then I learned the business aspect of it. I learned the marketing aspect of it. So it's a combination of a lot of courses, but it started from that first course where I learned Coach to a Fortune, and then I learned life coaching, and then I found saying, oh, if I learn life coaching, people will come and sit in my class and watch be with me. No, then I have to tell people that I have learned this. So now I learned marketing for it. So that way, step by step, I learned a lot of courses. In the last 8 years, I would have learned from at least 20 courses. So like a lot of like it's a continuous learning process, and you know, like learning is something that I love doing, and I keep learning for life.
Yes, sir. Of course, if someone has to become a life coach, they have to learn, because how are you going to impact and change people if you have not impacted yourself and not learned quite a lot for yourself? So, sir, I understand that, and as for your theater based like life coaching, it is a very interesting thing. I how do you understand that these are the places for improvements? Because basically you are a coach, you have to improve all those, like your students. How do you improve them? How do you find that in like in theater based like life coaching? Can you please
Okay.
explain that for us?
Yes, yes, yeah. So now, what I do is I have, like, most of the times I have an orientation, and then I see if they're really interested, and I get them on board to be part of my program. So now, like, this orientation is in different forms. A parent reaches out to me and says, "Hey, I want my child to be coached." Then I do a one-on-one. I sit with them, do a 1 hour of little assessment and all of those things. Ask them what they are going to do. Set those expectations, saying, "Hey, this is what this program is about," and then they say, "Hey, I'm so excited, I want to be part of it." Then they are part of my program. The other way of doing it is for me to say short workshops. I say like a 3-day workshop or a 5-day workshop that I conduct for them, where I have a group of children and everybody is coming there. And when they go through the program, we'll know if they're shining, if they want, if they don't want, and they'll also know if I have to continue this journey with John. Because is this program interesting me? All of those things. Because it's not like saying I want to learn dance, I will go dance, no, or I love chess, I'll go learn chess. It's not like that. When I say life coaching, then children are already thinking, what am I getting into? Is he going to give me a lot of advices and all of those things? So I always give them a taste and say, come experience me and see what exactly is there, and if you want to continue from there on, you can continue.
Well, sir, do you coach children or parents, or both?
Okay, so now this question I learned from experience. Okay, because I was very much interested with parenting. I called all the parents and told them, saying, "Parents, come on, let's make children better." And I taught them, and parents were so excited. They went home and they tried implementing whatever they learned here, and children are like, what are you doing? Why are you acting differently today? You were not like this always. And I thought, oh, so I should coach children first. So I went to the children and I asked them, "Children, come on, let's do this." They were all so excited. They went back to their parents and they were like, "I want to do great things. I want to become a young achiever." Parents are like, "Yeah, this is how you've been for all the dance class and the chess class and the Rubik's class and everything." And I didn't know, then I thought, okay, maybe I should enable the parents to coach children and also me directly coach children. So that's like a triangle. I will keep parents informed, give small sessions for parents and tell them, saying, "Hey, this is what you need to be keeping in mind, doing things and all that." And I will also coach the children, and that connect happens there. Okay, like sometimes when a parent calls and says, "Sir, I have this trouble, I want some coaching from you," and I say, "Okay, sir, tomorrow morning 10 o'clock, please log in." He'll be like, "I will get my child to log in." No, I said, "No, you need coaching first." He's like, "Oh, I thought my child had the problem." "Yeah, but you have to be coached towards solving the problem." Oh, is that how it works? Okay, yeah. So that's how it is. So it's both parent and the child, but it's, if I say, it's 70-80% children and 20% of parents. And when the 20% of the parents becomes more, when they contribute more, it's more efficient. When they contribute less, it goes to zero. So the child alone cannot do things, but when the parent is informed, it's amazing.
Yes, because parents also have a very important part in their children's life, so it affects that. And sir, please tell us, why did you choose this as a career, and any stories of how your work has impacted the lives of children and parents? Please share your experience.
Okay, so now let's divide this into two questions. Okay, let me tell you first on why or how I chose this career. Um, this is a long story. I think you'll sit back and listen for some time. So I was a very brilliant, like nice, like smart child when I was in school. Okay, I used to get around 93, 94 percentages, and my parents and everybody were like, John, you have to become a doctor. Come on, push yourselves a little more. And then, like, I was actually a day scholar, and then last 3 months of my exams, they put me in the hostel. They made me study even more better. So my hostel had a rule of all the 12th standard sleeping only 6 hours a day. So you have to keep studying till around 11 o'clock, and you have to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. You know what I will do? I will keep studying till around 12 o'clock and wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So they said 6 hours. I said, no, I will sleep only 4 hours. And I risked myself so much that 3 days before the examination, I fell ill. I was not feeling well. I went to the doctor. During the examinations, I couldn't study anything. I was just like lying down, going and writing and coming. I got 88 percentage, which is pretty good for the situation I was in, but could not become a doctor. Now my parents have told everybody that my son will become a doctor. So now I went and joined a physiotherapy college. I had to discontinue the college in 1 year. Then again, I still told everybody that I'm a doctor. So I went and joined biotechnology. Biotechnology was like a premium course during those days when I studied. But by the time the 3 years I finish and come out, biotechnology is not there anywhere. Like everybody's like, no, so many people studied biotechnology, and so less companies, and we didn't have anything to do. So I said, okay, now I think I love theater, because my college, when I was studying in biotechnology, had an amazing theater team. So I said I want to continue my profession into theater. I wanted to study film technology and all of those things. And my parents said, no, we are not paying your fees. And I said, no problem, I will work and then I will study. So I went for a night shift call center, and daytime I work. I go and study. And also during that time, I joined a university for doing MBA. So I was doing my MBA, film technology and call center at the same time. And I could not go for my the film technology classes because I was sleepy and I could not go. And the MBA, okay, I'll tell you about that later. So in a year, again, I fall sick, and then I had to leave, or not just fall sick. 2008, it was recession happened. And the whole process in where I was working in got closed. And then I go to home, and I was sitting at home, and I was like, oh, what do I do next? And on the TV, we were watching news, and the TV, on the bottom, it's scrolling saying ICFA University is closed across Tamil Nadu. That university was the university where I was doing my MBA. So I was like, one night, job gone, MBA gone, and my film technology also gone. All of it gone. I'm sitting there wondering, what am I doing now? Now I've told everybody that I'm doing an MBA. So now I have to finish my MBA. Luckily, I got to go back to the same college. That same college had the amazing theater team. I did amazing theater there. And while I did my MBA, I figured saying, I think I love theater very much, and I also love teaching very much. But I did not want to get stuck to a school or a college, because I wanted to reach out to more people. So that happened, and then a lot of things happened from there. I went and worked in a Montessori school, where I really found that was a confirmation to me saying I love children, working with children. And there I created the whole curriculum. Then I came off to Chennai. That was another story of me being homeless, penniless, and all of those things. But finally, when I was 27 years old, I decided saying I am going to be a theater trainer. I was 27, which was really late, because like, for you to get an idea, if your UG and like your college should get over when you're around 21, maximum 23. 24, 25, 26, 27, 4 years extra. I just was wandering, not knowing what I should study, where I should work. That's how my life was. That is when I decided saying, oh, theater and children, whatever it takes with theater and children, I will do it.
Yes. Well, that was a very interesting story of yours, sir. Sir, please tell me about about how any child has transformed under your guidance and coaching. Any outstanding kids which you of course throughout your whole career you have met and still remember them.
Okay, nice. So now I have a lot of stories now. Okay, so what I do again with children, I just not tell them theater, but I will tell them saying, hey, I will make you a young achiever. What does a young achiever mean? It means anything that they think is an achiever. Okay, so that means what like some of these children have come on the newspaper, some of these children are famous on the internet, some of these children have got national awards, all of these things. So now if I have to tell about one, I will tell you a small incident. Okay, there was this parent that came to me telling, hey, my child is turning 12 right now and he's becoming a rebel. He's not listening to anything we say. Until now he was a very bright kid. Like until around 2 years back he was a very bright kid. He was there in elocution competition, volunteering, everything in school, but now he's not listening to anything that we say. So I go through this, I told you, the first glimpse thing, the one-on-one session, I go through this with him and he's saying, sir, I hate my parents. And I was like, why? He said, I love dogs and my parents don't allow me to have dogs at home. And I asked the parents are saying, the mom is allergic to dogs. She can't have dogs at home. The fur that is falling from the dog is really allergic for the mom. She can't have it. Then we talk, and then I asked him, hey, can he go out and pet dogs? They said, yeah. So then we create a project out of him. Like that's what we do. Like we have a project. All these children are like you are doing all these interviews. Some of these children have some projects for themselves. Okay. So the project was very simple. It was lockdown, the beginning of the lockdown. And I said, like he decided saying, I will go out and feed all the dogs in my locality with all safety procedures and everything. And that looked like a good way to go. And he said, no, I'm also very, very fascinated with dogs. I want to rescue them, make sure they are safe and all that. He also got connected to one dog rescue team in Chennai. Okay, it's again not the dog rescue team, it's all pets, like all animals. If an animal is caught somewhere, you call them, they'll go. And so that he did. And then he said, yes, this is very interesting, learning a lot about it. And he said, I'm starting to blog about dogs. And so he started blogging about one variety of dog every day. So now this was like, this decision happened there. Okay, and it was around 1.5 weeks. And I get a voice note from the parent, and the parent was crying and she was saying, oh my God, John, I've never seen my son sit like this and work for hours concentrated on one thing. 1.5 weeks, okay, like 10 days. This fellow got super excited. He got that value. And like if you go search for dog boy of Chennai, his name is Lavhit Satish Kumar. But like in 1.5 weeks, he changed so much. He was part of the Gavels Club, local Gavels Club there. All of those things happened. And then that's one quick transformation I saw. And that's one realization I had also. When children are changed from within, not by putting rules saying, no, you're not supposed to do, no, you're not supposed to do, but you change them from within on why are they not doing what I'm asking them to do? Is there a reason? So when that happens, then so then they change from within and they have a kind of a self-esteem saying, hey, everybody's noticing me, newspapers are writing about me, so now I have to behave myself, I have to be a responsible leader. And that's one way, that's one story that I can share with you. Yeah.
Yes. Well, that was a very interesting story of transformation, and in 10 days I am amazed. But yes, sir, as you said, we have to not say like no, but we have to be in something sort of an accepting manner and try and understand the child. So thank you for sharing that, sir. You have written like over 5 books. I came across that. Please tell our viewers about those.
Okay. So now I'm going to start with saying I actually did not write all of these 5 books. That means like I have one story for each of these books. Let me tell you, my first book was a very small 14-page book. Okay, it's a story book for children, the small story book for children. So how this happened was, before that I've been trying to publish a lot of books, write, and then I get tired, and then or I get bored of it and I forget about it and all of those things. I started at least 7 books before I actually published my first book. And that one day during lockdown, I had no work. I was sitting and wondering, how do I become an author? I have to write some kind of a book. And then I sit and I Google saying, how do I write a book? And I come up on this video that says, using Canva, you can create an illustration book. I was like, hey, this is so interesting. Let me follow the video and create a book. And that is when my daughter had told me a story, and I thought, let me take that story, let me create a book out of it. And I created it in like some 3 or 4 hours. Okay, I sit at 10 o'clock in the morning. By around 3 o'clock, this book was ready. Now I am like, oh, this book is ready. I need to publish this. Again, go on Google and search, how do I publish my book on Amazon? And Amazon says, click here, click here, click here, do this or add this, all of those things I do. And by around 10 o'clock, I become a published author in the night. So it was a 1-day book, okay, 14 pages. Now I feel really guilty. I don't want to tell everybody that I'm a 14-page published author. So I think I have to publish a really like slightly bigger book so that I can tell everybody this. Now again, I can't sit and write. I don't like writing. So I'm thinking, what do I do now? I had this habit of doing a scrapbook during the lockdown. So every day, what are we doing? Interesting things along with the picture, a small write-up. That I had a habit. So now I gave this to somebody, told them, can you please rewrite this for me and like make it into a book for me? And they made it into a book, which was called The 101 Things That We Did During Lockdown and I Want to Continue Doing. That was my second book. Okay, third is a very interesting book where I did not even write one single word. That is where I told, like during the lockdown, again, parents had this problem of children not sleeping on time. Children, like all schedules went to haywire, and they wake up at 11 o'clock in the morning when the parents are working at their office and their client calls and everything. They were feeling really frustrated. I was part of a group, like I was running a group of parents WhatsApp group, and I asked them, hey parents, will it be nice if I put your children to sleep at 9 o'clock? They said, yeah, it will be awesome, but how will you do that? I said, I will go online live on YouTube at 9 o'clock every night and put them to sleep. They were like, okay, let's see how this goes. So I went on YouTube. I told one story, and after that I will turn off the light in my own room. I will sit in the darkness and tell them, saying, hey, I'm going to tell the same story one more time. So it's not very exciting. So just keep the phone near you, close your eyes and keep listening to my story, and you will sleep off. And even if you don't sleep there, I will play 2 lullabies after the story gets over, and they can sleep off. So I started doing this, and I continued to do this for around 175 days. So now until it was 100 episodes, I was actually reading stories, telling them all the stories that I know of, Akbar Birbal and Tenali Rama and Aesop's Fables and Chinese folktales, everything I was telling. So when I did 100 days, I was thinking, what? I've done 100 days. Now, can I write my own stories? Can I create my own stories? Then I thought, okay, let me create my own stories. And from 101st episode, it was all my own stories. So now when I started telling my own stories, one parent came and told me saying, hey, I love your stories. Those are very, very nice stories. Can I write them for you? I said, yeah. Then she wrote the whole story. Then I went to another parent and asked her, hey, can you write this in Tamil for me, please? And she also wrote it in Tamil. So 2 books, one in English, one in Tamil. 50 of my stories from 101st episode to the 150th episode got published as a book. First 2 books. Okay, and the 5th book is even more interesting. 5th book is again children waking up on time, having a good morning routine. These are things that I keep teaching children, no? Like do a physical exercise every day, do meditation every day, and all of those things. Now I told them, hey, everybody, 6:45 in the morning, just log into Zoom. Let's do some exercise and meditation and all of those things. They said, yeah, it'll be fun. Let's go do. And children came and did it along with me. In that one segment was journal writing. So journal writing is to say, I don't know if you've heard of it all, gratitude and affirmation and all of those things.
Yes.
Now I put that into a worksheet. So this day 1 worksheet, day 2 worksheet, day 3 worksheet, and I did that for 100 days. And you know what happened? That those 100 worksheets, along with some additional gimmicks and all of those things, that became a book. And that is how I published all my 5 books.
Well, that is certainly a very interesting story. And if any one of you, my viewers, if you want to read these books, I will put the Amazon links in the description below. Please be sure to check them out.